Hey plant fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is part of my jungle. I'm out here looking like a hot mess, but that's kind of the theme for this vlog anyway. So hi! Today I am taking you with me on a journey through the wonderful, magical world of thrips. So basically everything you're about to see is really just me documenting my journey over the last few weeks dealing with thrips. So I'm not going to ramble on about it. I'm having a crappy day and I need to lay down. So I hope you guys enjoy watching me battle the thrips. And I hope that it's somehow helpful, even in just like the slightest bit. So I'll see you guys at the end. Okay fam, so I'm looking like a hot mess and I don't really care because today we're not trying to look cute, we're just trying to kill some thrips, you know? I had to turn the air purifier off because it makes a lot of noise. Today I am battling some thrips. So you would have seen on my Instagram stories, if you follow me over there, that I found these on my plants a little while back. Didn't really know what it was treating them with like my regular neem oil and like soap solution that I do for all my plants, but it didn't seem to be stopping it from spreading to other plants. So it wasn't until I noticed it taking out some of my monstera, like what felt like overnight, that I was like, all right, something else is going on here. I was definitely in denial about it. Like in my heart, I was like, it's thrips. I just know it. I have this feeling, but I didn't want to deal with it. So I just kind of avoided it for like maybe a week, and then I watched Pam's video. I'll link that for you guys if you want to watch it, just because we all love Pam, right? And she kind of showed a little bit more about her thrip issue and what she was doing, and I was like, all right, I get it, I can't avoid it anymore. So as she suggested, I picked up the Captain Jack's debug or dead bug. I keep saying debug, but I think it's called dead bug formula or whatever it's called. And I am spraying my plants down. So I'm waiting for my like quart thing with the pump sprayer to come in the mail today, but I'm really impatient. So I mixed some up in my smaller spray bottle and I put all the plants in the bathroom that I have noticed the damage on, for the most part, as many as I could fit. And I sprayed those down for now. And now I'm letting them sit for about an hour until the stuff dries on the leaves, because they need to actually ingest it for it to kill them. So this is something that you leave on your plants and let it do its job, I suppose. But I think you're supposed to spray it on like at least once a week because it doesn't last. So I don't know. All I know is today is Wednesday. I'm going away on Friday for a long weekend and I won't be back until probably like Wednesday of next week. So I'm a little stressed out leaving my plants in this condition. I'm hoping and praying that my Lacewing Eggs will get here Friday, but they may potentially not get here until next Wednesday, which is the day that I'll be back. So I would feel a lot better about it knowing that they're here while I'm gone, even though they probably won't hatch because they're eggs. And they were really cheap on Amazon, so I honestly don't even know if they're going to be effective, but your girl couldn't afford to pay $50 to have some shipped like overnight from wherever. So if you guys know where I can get some, help a sister out. I think that some of my local nurseries actually sell predatory pests. I should probably, or predatory bugs rather, because they're not pests. But I should probably find out. I know that some of them definitely sell ladybugs. I don't know how I feel about ladybugs flying around in here. I don't know how I'm gonna feel about lacewings flying around in here. I should have gotten mites. I feel like they don't fly, right? Like, it's fine. It's fine. I was in a panic, which I don't recommend you doing. And I bought a bunch of stuff, including the Captain Jacks. And I'm gonna turn you around and show you what my bathroom looks like right now and what some of the damage looks like, if there even still is any, because I've definitely removed most of the damaged leaves because I didn't know, and thank you to Pam again, that thrips lay their eggs in the plant tissue. So even if you clean the plant and whatever, like, they could still just be in there and then hatch, and now you have it all over again. So if there are any leaves that were like really badly damaged, I just threw them away. I don't even want them anywhere, because even if I clean them, there could still be eggs in the leaves, essentially. So okay, so I have the bathroom door closed, and now we're going to enter, because I don't want the cat in here. It's safe for people and for pets, but not until it's dry. It says to keep children or animals away from it until it's dry. So here's the stuff. Captain Jack's dead bug. It's good for caterpillars, which we don't have inside. Spider mites. Thrips. So this is meant for outdoor plants, but it's used on fruits and leafy greens and stuff, so it should be totally fine. I haven't heard of anybody having issues with monsteras and begonias not doing well with this, so I'm a little bit hesitant when it comes to Hoyas and like more immature plants. So these are some of the plants that are affected. This is my decursiva. It has very minimal damage on this new leaf, but you can see a little bit of the yellowing and the browning there. The wet stuff is obviously the dead bug formula. It's safe to touch it, just probably don't eat it because it is a bacteria. It's a beneficial bacteria, so it's probably not good to ingest it. This one doesn't really have much damage, but I have a feeling that maybe that's why she hasn't been growing and she hasn't really been putting out any bigger leaves, even though she's attached herself to this pole. So I haven't seen much damage on this begonia either, but she was in the affected area. This begonia just has the one leaf left because the others were pretty damaged, and I wasn't willing to risk it. Plus begonias, you can cut them back to pretty much just stumps and they'll grow back. So this one is definitely one where I'm noticing a lot of damage. I feel like it's hard to tell, but you could see these little spots where they went to town eating this plant. These little brown spots, you'll see little yellow spots. But I think the most telling is probably my Siltepecana, and I think the culprit, honestly, is the Siltepecana. So I've removed most of the damaged leaves off of this plant before because I thought it had spider mites, like I said, so I've been treating it for that and just removing the damaged leaves, but this is what it looks like. And then a lot of the time when you turn it over, you'll see little black dots where these brown spots are. It's the mature thrips. And then apparently they lay their eggs and their larvae will be on the top of the leaf. And I think it's supposed to be white, but I haven't seen it. That is what Pam said anyway. But for me, I've only been seeing the mature ones, especially on these brown spots here, because that's where they're feeding. So that is what it looks like, and then it will spread pretty rapidly across the leaf. See this one here got pretty badly damaged, but I've cleaned it so you can't see any of the little black dots. That could potentially be one, but I'm not trying to do anything, wipe the leaves right now, because I want them to go on ahead and try and eat it and ingest the bacteria that will literally disintegrate them from the inside out. So sounds pretty savage, but we're at war here. So this one is really sad. It got pretty badly damaged. I took most of the damaged leaves off because, like I said, I didn't want to risk, you know, the plant just spreading more if it had eggs in it, because they tend to concentrate on like one leaf or a couple leaves at a time and just like really go to town. But there is still some slight damage to this leaf that you can see. I have another Adansonii here. I don't know if this is wide form or narrow form, because when I bought it, it was pretty sad and straggly. But it's bounced back actually, and it's looking better. So I think that whatever thrips were on here have been mostly eradicated through me just psychotically cleaning the plants. But there is some damage here and there that you can see. And then chilling on the toilet over here is my neon pothos. So again, I've removed a lot of the really damaged leaves, but this is what it looks like, at least when you let it go too far. This is what it looks like. You might even be able to see some little black dots there still chilling, but we're not going to touch them because we want them to ingest the stuff and die. So but what I noticed on this plant was not just the yellowing and the browning, but the new growth coming in kind of wonky and like damaged and crinkly and weird, which this was like my healthiest, happiest plant. So to see that happening was really confusing to me, and I knew that something was wrong. So hopefully these are a lot of the new leaves that are popping up out of the top. But since I've been treating her, these are the new leaves. So I've just been treating with neem oil up until this point, and like legitimately wiping every single leaf down with my microfiber cloth. I know a lot of people like to use a makeup brush too, because it really like gets in there. I don't have one because I don't really wear that much makeup, but yeah, I've just been using this little spray bottle for now while we wait for the other one. I can't breathe. I'm like out of breath, you guys. It's asthma. It's so much fun. And then my Monstera. I just stepped on the pothos. Sorry, girl. Got hit pretty hard. I've removed most of her leaves. Honestly, there's not much left on her for me to even show you. This leaf still has like some slight damage that you can see, but I'm trying to save her. The ones that were really badly damaged got removed. And then this is new. These are new. And they seem totally fine. They're coming in fine. She's got some new growth coming in here. And then this leaf looks okay too. Like, she doesn't look like she's coming in like wrinkly or shriveled or anything like that. So I've done a pretty decent job just keeping them clean. And that's probably why it hasn't spread too much. So this is basically what I'm just gonna keep doing with all of my plants, except for like the really immature baby rare plants. Like I have a little melanochrysum that I'm growing that I'm afraid to spray, but it's been in its own plastic container, so I don't see any bugs anywhere near it except for your average little fungus gnat here and there just because of the moisture level. But just hope that these predatory bugs do their job, because there's like some mealybugs going on a bunch of my Hoyas, but honestly I'll take mealybugs over thrips any day, because the mealybugs are kind of stupid and slow and they're really easy to kill as long as you don't let them get out of control and they're not on a plant that has like a bunch of crevices or like a succulent, which is really hard because those leaves will just like pop right off and they get burnt pretty easily with any treatment that I put on them. So not happy right now. Definitely feeling overwhelmed and stressed, but I'm gonna take you guys with me on this journey and hopefully we can learn together. I'm going to show you my yellow stickies and the difference between a thrip and a fungus gnat because I noticed them on the stickies, and that is how I was like, okay, these are thrips and this is a problem. So if you are worried about your plants, definitely the yellow stickies are a good plan for anything that you might see flying around or moving around. You don't really know what it is. The stickies are really good for diagnosing what pest you have, and then from there you can figure out the proper treatment plan. Okay, so here is an example of a sticky trap that I have out that has also some cat hair and perlite and probably some of my hair on it as well. But I wanted to show you guys what this looks like. I did recently replace all of them, so it doesn't have a ton of stuff on it, but tell me if you can see a difference between these bugs on here that look like flies versus these bugs on here that look like little turds. It's like literally just look like little turds. Do you see them? Oh, where's my finger? Little turds. Fungus gnats, little turds. So down here we have a thrip on the left and a fungus gnat on the right. So you can see the fungus gnats are much bigger. You can see their wings. The thrips, their wings kind of like lay flat on their body, and they literally just look like little pieces of poop. So you can tell the difference between the winged creatures and the ones that literally just look like poop. So yeah, those are the nasty ass thrips. So like I said, these are really good for diagnosing the issue, because as soon as I saw these, I was like, okay, those are not fungus gnats. There's something else going on in here. Right there, it's the best example I can show you. Super clear of a thrip on the left and a fungus gnat on the right. So it's later in the day. This is mostly the affected area. I have a bunch of plants like hanging because my closet doors are broken. It's a long story. It's fine. So I keep a bunch of them hanging as closet doors basically. But all of those I've taken down except for my Hoyas and like my cacti and stuff over here that I'm unsure if I can use the Captain Jacks on. Like, I'm hesitant to touch those, plus they don't seem to be having any issues. So I've sprayed my Tetrasperma because I can't take it down from there, so I had to kind of just get it on there. Didn't want to spray down my Penatum. Oh, stickies. Oh, get it off of me. They're everywhere. I didn't want to spray down my Epipremnum Penatum variegata because she's also fine, and I don't want to risk like damaging these baby leaves at all. So I don't know. I don't know if I should give her a spritz or not, but yeah. So the only thing that's really left over here is this little Maranta that needs to be sprayed down. A string of turtles and variegated string of hearts just recently came out of the greenhouse and went right here, so they're fine. And then everything here are Hoya. The only one that seems to be struggling is my Lacunosa. I see leaves falling off of her already, and I don't know if I can spray her. So I'm thinking I might maybe spray like part of the plant and see what happens. She's the only Hoya that's struggling. And then I brought this Hoya out because it's Wax Plant Wednesday, but she's doing fine because she's in the greenhouse. I just wanted to check out her blooms because this is the one that kind of like reverted, or like the variegation reversed, something along those lines. And she's doing a thing. So just wanted to check her out. But otherwise, yeah. That's what's happening over here. We're kind of just doing things in stages. Okay, fam, so round 2, 3, I don't know. There's a lot of plants in here. I did end up spraying a Hoya, my new Hoya glabra that I got recently. Had something crawling on it, and it looks like it's got a bunch of damage since I unboxed it, and I haven't touched it. So we're experimenting on that one. It's new, but we're gonna see what happens when you spray a Hoya. Yeah, everything else is looking good. A lot of these are drying. I'm also watering them all with mosquito bit water I have right here. And I decided to spray this guy. It's also very humid in here because it's very humid outside and I have the window open to air everything out, and some stuff has started to unfurl since we've been in here. So not all of these plants have been affected, but I am treating majority of my foliage plants today. I don't know if I'm gonna have the energy to get to them all, but we're trying. So I sprayed down my ZZ Zenzi to see how that handles it. My pothos, my Fridex looking cute as hell. It's actually really enjoying the extra humidity in here. So yeah, that's my story, you guys. I think this one has scale. It's hard to see the damage because it's wet right now, but my golden, no, not golden, my global green pothos here. This is the glabra. I saw something crawling on it before and then I panicked, so we're gonna see what happens. It's fine. My enjoy or glacier, whatever the hell you want to call it, I don't know if it's the same plant or if there's a difference, but this one looks different to me. The leaves are bigger. And they don't come in the same shape necessarily, but what the hell do I know? They're all the same as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, that's what I got going on in here. A couple of anthuriums, lots of begonias, my exotica over there, and yeah, that's about it. Some of them are ready to go back into the space because they're dry, but I can't really get to them, so we're just gonna leave them in here for a little while longer while your girl sits down and finally eats something today. It's like 2:30 and I haven't eaten yet. So sprayed down my Silvery Ann. She's cute and silvery. She doesn't have any damage on her, thankfully, but you know, we're just being careful. So my Dracaena that won't die. This is one of my first houseplants. Now it feels sentimental, so you guys have a nice nap, okay? I also have a bunch of these in my mom's bathroom. My Sultipicana, my massive begonia that I love. It's almost dry. And my neon is also almost dry and ready to go out. I also sprayed down some of my mom's plants and mosquito bitted them. Hi. The air conditioner's on, so I'm sorry if it's loud, but I sprayed down her Aglaonema as well as her little fern over here because this one's been on the struggle bus, so I figured why not try. She's got a couple of Syndapsis over here that are looking fine. That's from my cat eating it, no worries. So I'm not gonna go crazy spraying those. She has a golden pothos here that's like older than I am, that I literally will like fertilize for her and all that stuff, and then she'll be like, it's doing so well, and I'm like, yes, go you. This is from the cat. These are vines that used to hang down low that yeah, he likes to play with it and eat it. Dirty little leaf nibbler. So this is not Thrips, this is a cat, because you see the new growth is totally fine. So those are some of my mom's plants. I have gifted her most of these plants, so I gotta help her take care of them, you know? And I have my Cebu Blue chilling here. She's looking cute. I sprayed her down just to be safe, although I haven't noticed any damage on her, just stuff that I've already known that was there, like physical damage. And Crusher Pants. You okay over there, Bubba Lub? Having a nice nap? I know it's so hot out, isn't it? What's the matter? What's the matter, baby? He's so lazy. I love the boy. He hasn't been feeling well, but that's okay. We're trying. We're gonna get you the inhaler, yeah? So you could breathe better? Okay, fam, so it is the next day, and I've got I tested this out on my Hoyas like you would have seen, and everything was fine. So now I'm just literally spraying down everything that I have over there on my Hoya shelf, and it just all looked so stinking cute. So I wanted to show you some of them really quickly. This isn't even all of them, honestly. This is just some of my collection that I have propagating here, like a cute little baby growth. I can't even handle it. So you guys would have actually seen me repot this little sunrise cutting because it was like rotting, and I like cut it and re-rooted it, and it's got a new leaf. So I'm guessing that means it's happy, and we're not willing to let the thrips get to it because I'm seeing some of them on the stickies over there, and it's making me anxious. So yeah, sorry this bad lighting in here, but this is all I got. And this is a fraction of my Hoya collection. It's like my baby starter Hoyas that I'm rooting or got as like just little 2-leaf plants and stuff like that. So I also have my string of spades over there, my silver glory over there, my variegated string of hearts, string of turtles, regular pearls, variegated pearls, regular hearts that needs to be, I gotta chop that up and like redo the whole plant with you guys. And then just a couple of my philodendrons over here that definitely look like they were getting munched on. So I just recently cut back my imperial red because it wasn't doing well and I couldn't figure out why, and it's probably because of the thrips. So, and I finally got the balls to cut my Callistophylla, so we're rooting her. She seems to be doing all right. She's got some roots. I'm unwilling to let these plants go to shit, so we're spraying them down and we're hoping for the best because this stuff is honestly like super diluted and it seems to be totally fine, to be honest with you. So yeah, these are some of my favorites right here though. I have a lot more that are in propagation containers that I haven't seen bugs in, so I'm not really too stressed out about spraying those down right now. These ones are just out in the open where the bugs can land on them and, you know, do their thing. So we're just being careful. And I finally got my sprayer, my pump sprayer, which is nice because you can just like lock it into place and it gives you a nice even little shower. I like it. I can leave the link to this one for you guys on Amazon. It was not expensive at all, and so far it seems good. It even came with like little replacement parts inside if anything breaks or gets gross. So that is really it for today. I'm not gonna go crazy. It's raining and it's gross out. I worked out this morning. I look like poo and I'm really tired. So I'm just gonna continue this process with my ficus and everything else on that side of the room tonight, and then I'm gonna update you guys in probably about a week or so and let you know when I get the bugs and all of that. And yeah, and we're just gonna keep on with this process together, and I hope that it's helpful because I sure as hell have learned a lot. Like, just treat your plants preventively even if you don't see bugs, because sometimes they're there and you don't see them. You guys are gonna see me repot this one too. It's all this new growth. Boom, boom, since I repotted it. And these look like they're gonna turn like totally silver when they come in that color. These ones are more green, you can see. And then this is Larry. Larry's got some new growth. He's a cutie. We really like Larry around here. So I'll end my, I can't help it but show you guys, I grew this from one leaf. Do you remember my one leaf that I got from Sharon over at Black Cat Gardener Shop? I mean, I got like all of these from her. So like a bunch of these in here too. I'll link her for you guys as well. And yeah, that's it for right now. Okay, so another thing I'm doing in here is also cleaning out all the pots, except for this one I haven't cleaned yet. wiping down all of the surfaces. I'm just like cleaning all the shelves off, and like it's a hot mess down here, but I removed the shelf, washing it, washing the terrariums, like everything. So everything has been treated that you're seeing here. I just wanted to give you a quick look at that and explain what else I'm kind of doing in here, because I'm kind of just like disinfecting everything and making sure that all the surfaces are wiped down and clean, because the larvae can fall and the bugs can be chilling like not on the plants and stuff like that. So, you know, we're not taking any chances, okay? So yeah, that's it for now. The only thing I have left are like these bigger plants. I have my Hoya hanging in the window here, and then oh, I'm gonna fall. And then I have more Hoya hanging in this window here. So I just have to take all of those down and spray them. So otherwise, that's it. Everything else over here has been treated. I haven't put my big begonia back yet, but I gotta treat this big hanging plant as well. But yeah, so far so good. Everything's still looking good and alive. Nothing seems to be damaged. There's no residue on the plants, like when you spray with neem oil and it's sticky. Like they're fine. Like they all look really happy, actually. If anything, when I woke up this morning, I was like, huh, it feels nice and clean and everything feels good in here. So this is just the first go, and then we're gonna wait at least a week because I won't be here, and then see what happens, and then probably have to spray them all again. Good morning, plant fam. I just gave y'all an update over on Instagram, so I wanted to kind of reiterate some of that here. I sprayed down most everything, like I showed you guys last night, with the Captain Jack's dead bug. I tested it out on a little baby ficus and a little baby Hoya the day before. 24 hours, they were totally fine, so I decided to spray all the plants. All of them, even the little baby Hoyas with the new leaves and everything, because I was very hesitant to do that. But they seem totally fine. No damage on anything, not even like the new leaves. My window's open and it's raining, so I apologize if you can hear some of that noise out there, but the fresh air is really nice because it's been really hot, and now it's kind of like really nice and cool this morning. So anyway, the only plants that I haven't sprayed down are my orchids, because they're extremely porous and I'm just not sure. I haven't heard of anybody spraying their orchids with this stuff before. And another lovely plant person on Instagram referred me to a video from the guy over at Liquid Dirt. I can link it for you guys down below if you want to check it out. And he mixed up some peppermint Castille soap, some tea tree Castille soap, and then 70% isopropyl alcohol and hydrogen peroxide. So he swears by this stuff that you can spray it on anything and it's never going to damage the plants, and that it will kill everything essentially. So I'm curious to try it after I've kind of like got everything here under control and assessed whether or not I think that the Captain Jack's works. I'm very curious to try that formula as well, because it's just, I don't know, it's just like, I get that the Captain Jack's is technically natural and organic. It is literally just a bacteria that they discovered in like an old brewery or something. I don't know, I looked it up. I have to know everything that is going on in here. It's touching my skin. It does irritate my skin a little bit, but it's really hard not to get it on your skin when you're like holding the plant with one hand and spraying it with the other. Like, it ends up all over my forearm. Even if I had gloves on, it would still end up all over my arms. I need like one of those suits, hazmat suit, but it's not toxic, like I said. So it's literally just a bacteria in a solution. It's super duper diluted. Like, you use the tiniest bit of this stuff. It's like 1 tablespoon per quart. So I got that quart spray bottle. So literally just 1 tablespoon of this stuff goes in there. It has no smell. It's safe, you know, for your pets and everything like that, because I worry about my cat and us and our allergies and everything. Like I've mentioned before, we're both really sensitive to all the things. So chemicals in here are just not an option. They will never be an option for me either, even when it comes to gardening one day and growing my own food. Everything has to be organic. So Captain Jack's Dead Bug Brew is actually one of the most commonly used things, like to get rid of mosquitoes and caterpillars and stuff like that in your garden. So it's safe to spray on like fruit and stuff. I would imagine that it's safe to spray on most of your plants. So I have everything sprayed down now, and I replaced a lot of the sticky traps that were like super full so that I can kind of reassess and re-diagnose the bug situation in here, because like I said, the stickies are a really good way to diagnose the issue, the amount of bugs that you have in here, what type of bugs that you have. So by spraying them all down and placing those out again, I can kind of get an idea of how many still exist days after, because I'm going away this afternoon. It's Friday, July 9th, and I won't be back until probably Wednesday, the 14th. So it was really important for me to make sure that I sprayed everything that I possibly could in here so that I don't come back to a bunch of damaged and infested plants. So we're hoping that that's going to be enough for the next like 4 or 5 days or so. And when we come back, we're going to reevaluate the situation and most likely do a second round of spraying down all the plants. So the Lacewing Eggs should be here by the time I come home, and they're kind of on these like little cards that you just hang up, and we're just hoping that they actually hatch and do their thing. Yeah, everything is looking good essentially. I am surprised by how clean it feels in here. It is such a project for me to like take plants down and wipe down surfaces and rinse out all the pots and like really do all of that. So to do it every once in a while just feels really good. I did it with the greenhouse recently. Like I just pulled everything out and like deep cleaned the whole greenhouse, and it just is so satisfying. Like I highly recommend it if you have the time to go through and just like preventively spray down all your plants, clean all your surfaces, disinfect all your pots. Like it's a lot of work. It's taken me 2 days and I still have a few things that I need to do before I can leave this afternoon, but it is extremely satisfying and it feels so clean and like sterile in here. A lot of people told me that I could flush the soil with the Captain Jacks as well if I wanted to, but I don't really like to do that, because when I did that with the hydrogen peroxide on a couple of my plants, the soil turned like really gross after, and I don't know why, and I'm like, I'm not doing this again. Like I don't know, like it was satisfying. It was very satisfying to put it in there because it like bubbles, and it like you could hear it. If you put your ear up to it, you could hear it, like the extra oxygen releasing. That's what hydrogen peroxide is, in case you didn't know. It's literally just H2O2. Like it's an H2O molecule with an extra oxygen on it. So it's completely safe to use. It doesn't harm your plants at all, but I just feel like it made the soil like just mud, and it like just, I don't know, it didn't do anything good for the plants that I used it on. So that's just my personal opinion. So I'm willing to try this other mixture because it has a very small amount of the hydrogen peroxide in it, it's mostly like the alcohol and the soap. So the Castille soap is better, which I knew, even though I've been using dish soap, because apparently dish soap can burn your plants. So scratch the dish soap. The Castille soap is pure. It doesn't have any other added like ingredients or stuff in it, so it's just better for your plants. Dr. Bronner's makes it, and then there's another company, like Dr. Woods or something like that, but literally any Castille soap will do. It coats the bugs and they die. So yeah, I'm excited to try that. I'm waiting for all the stuff to get here from Amazon, so I won't be here when it arrives, but we will try that together as well eventually at some point when we're done with all this other stuff, because I feel like I like the idea of using that better as like a preventive than the Captain Jacks. I'd rather use the Captain Jacks for when there's like actually an issue. My cat is scratching at the door. Hold on. Let him in. Okay, I got it. I got you. Come on. Come in. You gotta come in. We can't record with the door open. Can't let him. In or out? Pick one. Come on. Okay, bye. Bye. It wants the door to be open. You're lucky you're cute, kid. So yeah, that's my story. I've sprayed down literally all of my plants. It's just like a lot of plants. It's like 8:30 in the morning, so all my grow lights just went on. But yeah, that is my story. This is my Crusher Pants pillow, in case anybody was wondering. It's a pillow of my cat and his butt. And I snuggle with it at night now because I'm weird and I love my cat and he won't snuggle with me. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hope that this has been helpful. I'm going to end it here for now and pick back up when I get home, and hopefully the bugs will be here, and this is like a whole new experience for me. So I hope that this is helpful for you guys and that you're learning with me throughout this process, because I'm traumatized now and I need to like preventively spray down all my plants from now on. The neem oil like kind of works. It's good for like cleaning your plants, but if you leave it on without wiping it off, the leaves like stay kind of sticky and like shiny, and they can burn if you put them in the direct light. So definitely looking for something different and willing to try pretty much anything at this point. So that is it for today. We're gonna go. Can you at least like just say hi? No? All right, that's fine. I will pick this back up, like I said, in a few days, and yeah, we're just hoping that we don't come home to a bunch of damaged, dying plants. So I'm gonna go. I love you, fam, and we'll see you soon. Okay? Okay. Hopefully not looking like a mess, right? Yeah. Okay, fam, fun time. So here's all of my big hanging plants that I said still needed to get sprayed down. So I've got my straggly ass pubicalix and a bunch of my hanging Hoyas. The only one that seems to be affected is the lacunosa, is like losing leaves that are yellowing pretty quickly. So we're spraying her down. This is the second time I sprayed her on either Wednesday or Thursday. Today's Friday. The Siltepecana, which I'm pretty sure is the source of this whole issue, is getting sprayed down again today. I sprayed it down Wednesday. So yeah, these are just my Hoyas, and my Adansonii here, what's left of it anyway, is getting sprayed down again because this one got hit pretty hard. So I just want to be sure. And then this is my Marble Queen, who like is in serious need of an extension on her moss pole. She's like, she needs water too, so she's looking a little sad right now, but it's okay. It's okay. This is one of my favorite plants, but she definitely needs a little bit of love, and I have a pot that I'm going to repot her in. I've just kind of been avoiding it, but if you guys want to see that video, I can film it for you for sure, because she's going to need to get a whole new thing. So yeah, this is what I've got going on right now. All the plants have been treated except for my 2 orchids that I'm afraid to spray this stuff on. So fingers crossed, you guys, that I don't come home to any leaf damage from the dead bug brew or leaf damage from the thrips. So the only new thing I'm really seeing on these stickies here seem to be fungus gnats, so that's promising because it's been 2 days now since I sprayed this. And yeah, that's it. I'm gonna like actually leave you here now this time and then I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Okay fam, I'm sorry for this disgusting setup. I don't have any other options right now, but I got my bugs in the mail. I'm literally on my way out the door and they're here. Of course, great timing, right? They just come on sheets like this. I have to try and do this really quickly. So lacewings, aphids, mealybugs, thrips, and other soft-bodied insects. Let's see what goes on in here. Description, storage, temperature range, eggs. Okay, I just need directions. You just put them out, I guess. Oh, some of them are already hatched. Oh, that's gross, that's gross, that's gross. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. It's totally fine. I have to touch the thing to separate it. I want to. They're alive. You guys, can you see them in there? Some of them are moving around already. I get that they're like good bugs, but they still creep me out. They're still bugs. Like, it doesn't matter if they're good. They're still bugs. Alright, well, that's basically what it is. I mean, it just comes on these little strips that you break apart. Although, I'm probably just going to leave them because I really don't even want to touch. Ugh. I feel like I need to shower again after touching this, honestly. But, I mean, at least they're alive, right? Yay. I don't even want to tear this. We're just going to cut it. I'm sorry, you guys, if I'm cutting you in half. Alright, I'm just going to spread them out, honestly. And then I'm just going to throw this one in the greenhouse. We're good. We're alive. Now that I'm thoroughly grossed out, some of them are still in this bag, so I'm just gonna leave it over here somewhere. That's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Everything is fine. I gotta run. I will see you guys when I get back, and I guess we'll see what happens in here. I'm happy that they came, but I'm also like rushing out the door. So I apologize for that, and I look like a hot mess, but also love this shirt. It's all like the deadly plants. I'll show you their stuff when I'm not a lunatic. So I will see you guys when I get back, and we will end this video, hopefully, because we will end the war against thrips. Okay? So I'm glad that there's larvae and that some of them are actually alive and moving around in there. So I have high hopes. But I gotta go now. So I'll see you soon, fam. Bye! Good morning, fam. So today is Friday, July... I don't know, Crash. What day is it? 17th? Did you hear him? He's like, meow. Today's the 16th. Wow. I look like a hot mess. I apologize. I've looked like a hot mess in this whole entire video. But I got home Wednesday and I just haven't been feeling great. So I didn't pick up the camera at all. I'm still not feeling great. So I figured I might as well just give you guys a quick little update when I came home. I was happy to see that all my plants look happy and healthy. Nothing seems to be damaged from the Captain Jacks, there's no burning. Even the plants that were put back out into bright light are totally fine. The Hoyas were totally fine, even the baby Hoyas and like their new leaves and like the ficus and everything. So of course the only plants that I didn't spray were my orchids, and when I came back the only plant that was damaged was my vanilla orchid. So I had to take that down and quarantine it and remove a bunch of leaves. So that's a little bit sad. So I'm probably just gonna spray my orchids with the Captain Jacks because I don't want the thrips to get to them. And then my Lacewing eggs, I don't know if any of them have hatched yet. I don't see any movement. I haven't really examined the cards that closely, but I know that it can take like up to 2 weeks for them, or like 14 days is 2 weeks. Wow, Jackie, 2 it can take up to 2 weeks for them to hatch. So I am planning on doing another spray down of everything with the Captain Jacks in the meantime. So I'm happy to report that everything looks okay. You know, everything's looking decently healthy. And over here, everything's looking decently healthy. So yeah, I'm really tired. I had a little bit of a health scare while I was away, so I'm just recovering from that, and I'm trying to get some content up for you guys. I will update you guys again in a couple of days and let you know if the lacewings are hatching, I guess. I've released enough in here for like a much larger space, so even if some of them die, like some of them should hatch at least, you know? Some of them were already alive when I got the package, which you saw, and it freaked me out. So I thought that they would hatch a lot faster, but I'm just trying to keep it warm and humid in here. Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna go because I feel like crap. That's my story, fam. For anybody who's wondering, I do have some chronic health issues, but I'm okay. I'm just recovering right now. So I will be fine, and we will carry on with the plant content. Just wanted to give you a quick little look, see at these eggs and see if you could tell. I don't know. Sorry if I'm grossing you guys out. But that's my story. They don't want to be in bright direct sun, so that's really it. I guess I'll let you guys know if anything happens. Okay, fam, so I hope that you enjoyed as much of that as you possibly could. I don't know how enjoyable it is to watch somebody else deal with bugs, but hopefully you found it educational and we got a chance to learn together. So it's been a couple of weeks. I'm still waiting on the eggs to hatch and do their thing, but I'm not really seeing very many adult thrips flying around. I'm consistently checking the plants and wiping them down if need be. I am gonna do another round of the Captain Jacks. I just haven't gotten to it yet. Honestly, after one round of it, everything's looking a lot happier. Just ignore my closet, please. But there's no more like yellowing leaves happening, so I think that's a good thing. And yeah, everything seems to be doing okay for the most part. There are like no thrips to be found on any of the stickies over here. I'm only finding some on the stickies over here, which is very minimal. So there's a couple mixed in here with the fungus gnats, but not very many for having had that sticky out for a few weeks now. So I want to believe that we're like getting this under control and that the adults are going and nibbling on the leaves and ingesting the Captain Jacks and dying. So I am going to leave you here for now because this video is already really long, and I'm going to do a part 2 that is probably not going to necessarily be vlog style, but more just like straightforward informational, so that for the future, if you ever want to reference this video, you don't have to watch the whole entire vlog. It's meant to just be a vlog, and I will do a more comprehensive pest prevention and how to treat for all the different stuff in another video. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss part 2. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. When I upload, you'll get notified. And yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, leave me some ladybug emojis, because those are what I wish were in here, but I don't really want big ladybugs flying around. I have contemplated just like going outside and trying to collect some and bring them in here, but I don't really see them all that often out here anyway, so it's fine. I am going to leave you here for now, and I hope that I see you guys in the next one with some updates on how good my plants are doing. I haven't been posting anything up to Etsy just because I've been dealing with this. All of the plants that I am growing for Etsy are in a completely different spot, so they are not exposed to the thrips at all. If that was anybody's concern, I am still treating all of the plants anyway, and I just wanted to give it a little bit more time before I post anything up there. So keep your eyes open and your notifications on, because I will be updating the shop probably next week. I have a bunch of Cebu Blue, a bunch of Micans, starter plants rooted, and they should be ready for you guys by then. Definitely do not stress it if that is a concern for you purchasing from me. I totally understand, but just know that I am taking all of the proper precautions before I ship out anything, and I always clean every single plant before I send it anyway, just because I like to. And I always recommend you treating the plant the way that you normally would upon receiving it as well. Keep it quarantined from the rest of your plants for a couple of days, spray it with whatever you normally would spray it with, and inspect it, make sure everything's good. My Mars Hydro just went on, and that's my cue to leave. So I appreciate you, fam, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!